Okay, let's just jump right in. We're not going to just list off a bunch of flashy AI tools today. Nah, we're going to flip the whole conversation on its head. See, by 2026, the people who really win are the ones who can spot a problem and know exactly which AI tool to grab to solve it. This is your problem solver's guide.
And this quote, it really just hits the nail on the head. This isn't about humans versus machines. Not at all. It's about using these tools to become insanely more effective at what you do. So the question isn't, is AI coming for my job? The real question is, are you ready to use it to completely redefine your job?
Think about it, right? When the internet first showed up, the people who learned how to use it just pulled way, way ahead. Same exact story with the smartphone. Well, guess what? We are living through that third wave right now. AI is a total game changer, and just like before, the ones who get good with these new tools, they're the ones who are going to lead the way.
So, let's kick things off with a problem that pretty much everyone has, that daily grind, The tedious, repetitive stuff that just sucks the life out of your day. This is the absolute lowest hanging fruit for AI, and it's where you can start today to get your time back for the work that actually requires, well, a human brain.
The solution here is this whole category of tools we can call AI agents and automators. You can think of them as your personal assistant, your data entry clerk, your meeting secretary, all rolled into one. They are literally designed to free you up to do what you do best. The tools you're looking at here, these are what the pros would call non-negotiable. Zapier is like the universal glue that connects everything in a modern business. Granola is brilliant because it works right on your machine, so you don't get that awkward, "this meeting is being reported" pop-up. And Atlas. Atlas is a peek into the future of how we'll use the internet, where you're giving commands instead of just clicking links. And this is a perfect example of why picking the right tool is so important. They're not all the same. If you need a super deep, comprehensive report that an AI can just chew on overnight, that's Manus. But if you need a quick visual summary for a meeting that's in like 10 minutes, that's GenSpark. It all comes down to the problem you're solving. Do you need depth or do you need speed?
So, how does this actually work? Let's take something simple, like booking a flight. You just give it a basic command. The agent, in this case something like Atlas, it takes over. It's navigating the website, clicking the buttons, filling in the forms. If it needs more info, it just asks you in the chat. You're not the pilot anymore. You're more like air traffic control, just guiding the agent to its final destination.
All right, let's switch gears. What if your problem isn't boring tasks, but a blank page, that creative block? Whether you're making a social media ad, a presentation, or a marketing video, AI is completely flipping the script on the creative process. So we put the top video models to the test, head-to-head, with the same exact prompt. And, well, the results are pretty clear. Sora and Veo are impressive, for sure. But Kling 2.6 Pro, it just has this amazing ability to keep things looking real and consistent. In our tests, it just felt more natural. It's the current champ, no question. But here's the thing. Generating all this video can get expensive fast. So here's a crucial pro tip. Use draft mode. This lets you generate a bunch of low-cost previews so you can try out 4 or 5 different ideas. Once you find the one you love, then you spend the big credits to upscale just that single winning version. It's a 90% savings trick that lets you experiment like crazy. And of course, this whole revolution isn't just about video. For still images, the world is just as exciting. Tools like Midjourney and Leonardo.ai are incredible for designers. You can prototype entire brand packages, website visuals, or concept art, turning an idea into a stunning image in literally seconds.
Okay, now let's tackle something a little more technical. For decades, coding has been all about memorizing tons of specific syntax. AI is changing all of that. The focus is shifting from being a walking dictionary of code to being a really sharp problem solver who can guide an AI partner to the finish line.
This just captures the new reality perfectly. It's not about whether you can remember the exact right command. It's about whether you can clearly explain the problem you're trying to solve and then work with an AI to build the solution piece by piece.
And the tools themselves are changing. We're moving to what are called AI-native IDEs, like Cursor. Think of it like a code editor that was built from the ground up to work with AI. You can write commands in plain English to fix bugs or build new things, and its tab to complete feature is so smart it honestly feels like it's reading your mind.
So what does a real pro's workflow look like with this stuff?
It's pretty sophisticated. They're not just using one AI model, they're using several. Maybe GPT 5.2 for huge, complex change, and then a faster model like Composer 1 for quick little edits. They work on multiple things at once, so they're never just sitting around waiting. And maybe most importantly, they don't try to build a huge feature in one shot. They break it down into tiny steps and guide the AI through it.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about what AI can do. But it is just as important, maybe even more important, to talk about its limits. The goal here isn't to replace people, it's to augment them. And some things, well, some things are just uniquely human.
And this is the real takeaway, isn't it? These tools are incredible. They can make us so much more efficient and effective. They can see patterns we miss. But we can never, ever let that efficiency come at the cost of our humanity, our ability to connect, to understand, and to lead with compassion.
I mean, an AI can screen 1,000 resumes for keywords in a second, but it can't sit down with someone and see if they're a good culture fit. It can analyze sales data, but it can't give tough feedback with empathy. It can't build trust on a team or make a big strategic decision that balances the data with pure gut instinct. That's our job. That will always be our job. So we have covered automation, creativity, coding, and the all-important human side of things. The last question is, where do you start? I know it can feel like a lot, but smart people just start. They find their biggest problems and they find smart tools to solve them.
If you're looking for the absolute best place to begin, this is it. This is the foundational S-tier toolkit. ChatGPT is your do-everything assistant. Zapier is the engine that will automate your life. Granola solves the pain of taking meeting notes for everyone. And Gamma will completely change how you make presentations. If you start here, you're building on solid rock.
And in the end, that's really what this all comes down to. Take a look at your own work, your own day. What's the biggest bottleneck? What's the most annoying, repetitive task? What's the one thing you really wish you had an assistant for? Find that problem, because I promise you, in 2026, there is an AI tool just waiting to help you solve it. The only question left is, which one are you going to start with?